Hello, friends. Welcome to the Confidence Zone. I'm your host, the confidence coach, Susan Axelrod. And as you can see, I'm not alone today. I'm so happy to have a special guest, Alicia Ayala. Thank you so much for joining me today. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for having me. And I just want to say you nailed my name. That does not always happen. So I just want to say thank you.
Absolutely. It's very important to me to get it right and to respect somebody's name. That's a whole conversation we'll have another time. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. That's a very important conversation, especially in the confidence zone. Today, we are both here to speak with our listeners and friends about something inside the KS Media Group app. So, Alicia and I are both founding members of this app. It's an amazing app. I want to encourage you to go to the Play Store right now, look for it, KS Media Group app, download it, enter your name so you can get notifications, and then have the most fun ever surfing around. So, one of the most important and fun things inside the app is a brainstorm of the founder, Cornelia Stephanie, and it's the universal question. So, Alicia, I want to just invite you to speak for a minute. You're a little bit newer to the app, and I
Yep.
want to invite you to speak for a minute about the idea of a universal question. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I work with my clients, the people that I work with, the people that I'm serving the corporate women community. And one of the things I hear a lot from people, like when we talk about journaling and reconnecting to ourselves, the question I often get is like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to ask myself questions, or like, I don't even know, or some people will come back with like, I journaled, but I just kind of sat there and I didn't know what to write. And I think that happens when you're first on the path of this like what I call self-discovery. And so I love this idea of in the app, every week we introduce a question. So then you don't have to think about it. The questions are there for you to go inward, to explore different parts of yourself. And the best way, and I want to bring it back to the confidence zone. One of them, I believe that by reconnecting to yourself and knowing who you are, creates confidence. And so just like every week, we are brainstorming ideas on this universal question that helps you to go inward, reconnect with yourself, and create confidence. So I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I really want to agree 100%. And I don't always agree with everyone. I mean, I will call out differences, but in this case, I agree with you 100%. When I was 28 or so, no, I must have been 30 actually. When I first started journaling with intention, I had kept journals, diaries over the years. But the way I did it was that a colleague, a woman my own age at that time, said to me, I journal to my daughter. We both happen to have little baby daughters.
Okay.
And mine was Rebecca. And she said, I journal to my daughter. And I was like, oh, damn, that's a good one. And I started journaling to my daughter, Rebecca. And then 4 years later, I started journaling to my daughters, Rebecca and Sarah. And so to your point on when you sit down with a notebook or a journal, the beautiful journal is all clean. It's got all the pages in front of you and you don't know what to say. One option is to journal to someone you love. But another option is, in fact, to go inside the app and read the universal question and allow it to just stimulate thought in yourself. Now, I know, Alicia, that one of your messages is about, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it's about the story in you. It's about sharing the story in you. Is that correct?
Yep. It's your story is your power.
Your story is your power.
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, I love everything about that because I actually have a coaching call that I call the call to the powerful self. So I love the idea that you're invoking that we have power in us just by sharing this story. And again, I agree. I want to connect up the idea of the universal questions that are in the app, or any question that provides you with universality in your thinking. So let me ask you, how do you speak about your story being your power to people? I'm very interested.
Yeah. So when I think of your story, and I think when people think of their story, we often think about like our past, like that's our story. And for me, for a very long time, I was sort of stuck in my story, which was my past. And I came from a chaotic, abusive environment. And I was really stuck in, like, I couldn't get past it. And it really prevented me in so many different ways in my life. And so at some point, like probably mid 30s, I recognized this idea that, oh my gosh, like my past is one piece of my story. I have my future, which I am creating right now in the present. I have the present moment. My past is just one piece. And there are also the habits that we do every single day that help us with that story and our mindset. And so for me, your story is your power. It's those components. It's your past, which is really your wisdom. It is your future, which is where you're going. And it is your present moment where you're creating those things, like what you want to bring into the world. And, it's your habits and who you are that really, and that mindset, that belief system that culminate this power you have within you.
I love this. I don't know, you probably don't know, but I have 3 published books. The 3rd book is called Dear Younger Self. And the 4th book that is just about done, I just have to do the front and end matter, is called Dear Future Self. So I do love everything about what you're saying, and how, I don't know if it's especially women. I don't think this is especially women. I think I'm just going to say people, humans, how much we do stay what I call hooked into the past. And I love how you're like using this language that also creates a visual. Like I saw when you said it's a piece of your story, I saw like patches, almost like a patchwork quilt, where it's like a piece of your story. But then there's the mindful present is another piece of your story, you just said. And then you said in your future is another piece of your story.
Yes.
So I see pieces, maybe they're puzzles, maybe it's patchwork on a quilt. But I really love, I love what you're doing here. So what do you do? Do you coach one-on-one? Do you have groups? Do you have workshops? What do you do?
Yeah. So right now I have one-on-one coaching, and I have a 12-week program where we really dive into your personal vision. And again, personal vision as in what is your future self? From a neuroscience perspective, having a personal vision, a deep personal vision that is like heartfelt, actually creates opportunities in our brain for seeing opportunities in our present. And so by having that personal vision, so that's what we do. We wisdom tap. We tap into the wisdom that you inherently have through the challenges that you've experienced in your life and these big accomplishments that we sort of talk about, but we don't really tap into it. And then also we dig into mindset and creating an unstoppable mindset so that you can create what it is you're trying to bring into the world, whatever that looks like for you. For everybody, it's different. And so it's one-on-one coaching. It's a 12-week program that I do right now. And I'm launching a group coaching program a little bit later into the year where I'll have about 6 women that I'm bringing through this same program, but just offering it in a community format.
I'm so excited for you. I love all of this. I call it wisdom gleaned and gained. That's what I call it.
That.
Yeah, it's the same exact thing. And in our world that we're in inside the Cornelia Stephanie Media Group, there's no competition. So, I cannot say how much I want you to be like the most uber successful you can be. because humanity needs you to be the most successful you can be. So anything I can do to support you, I will. I want to. I also work in a similar space, and I call it intimacy. You know, Trish and I just interviewed our very own Trish Campbell about her book, Love Me. And we were talking.
I can't wait to read it.
Yeah, it's so fantastic. And we were talking about the idea of vulnerability, and how, you know, you saw me Tuesday show my own vulnerability in the group, and how everybody just like circled around me and loved on me. And so I work in the intimate space as well. I like the idea of 6 women. I want to call out to anybody seeing this or listening to this right now. Make yourself one of these 6 women. If you make yourself one of those 6 women, you're going to thank me forever for encouraging you to do it. So, Alicia, that's it for today in the Confidence Zone. Thank you so much. I mean every word I said. I wish you the very best. Call on me if I can help you and support you. And if I know anybody who can best be served by your group, I will definitely refer them to you. So thank you, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. Take good care.